Hello and welcome to Newspoint on Memories TV. We start with the top stories. President Tinubu appeals to Nigerians to look beyond present pains. Governor Moino congratulates Akwa Ibom-born new Deputy Controller General of Immigration. August-born Care Foundation visits Eket Correctional Center. On the foreign scene, United States to give $414 million in humanitarian aid for Democratic Republic of Congo. And in sport, Toby Amuson qualifies for 100 meters hurdle semi-final in 2024 Olympics. Details of these and other stories coming up in a moment. My name is Mfon Ekot. And now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has appealed to Nigerians to be patient with his administration, assuring the country is about to enter a new dawn. The president, in an official video released by the State House, acknowledged the hardship Nigerians are going through as a result of fuel subsidy removal. President Tinubu also admitted that an avoidable lag between subsidy removal and his good and helpful plans compounded Nigeria's problems. He assured that the measures his government has taken would get the country out of the lingering economic crisis, urging Nigerians to have faith in his administration.
And there is no doubt that it's tough on those. But I urge you all to look beyond the present temporary pains and aim at the larger picture. All our good and helpful plans are in the works. More importantly, I know that they will work. Sadly, there was an unavoidable lag between subsidy removal and these plans coming fully online. However, we are swiftly closing the time gap. I plead with you, please have faith in our ability to deliver and in our concern for your well-being. We will get out of this turbulence, and due to the measures we have taken, Nigeria will be better equipped and able to take advantage of the future that awaits her.
This also marks the second time the president would address Nigerians amid the lingering tension in some parts of the country. And back home in Akwa Ibom, the state governor, Pastor Moino, has felicitated an indigene of the state, Iyangasien Anietum, on her elevation to the position of Deputy Comptroller General of Immigration Service. In a message of felicitation released by his Chief Press Secretary, Ekere Teodor, Governor Ino congratulated her for being the first Akwa Ibomite to attain the top position in the Nigerian Immigration Service. The governor, who described her elevation as a product of hard work, discipline, and diligence in the course of service to her fatherland, also lauded the can-do Akwa Ibom spirit she has been identified with. The governor expressed regret at his inability to attend the DCGI's formal decoration ceremony in Abuja due to a long-planned official state engagement outside the country, however, promised to receive and celebrate her upon her return to the state. And still in Akwa Ibom State, as part of its 2024 activities, August-born Care Foundation APCF, a humanitarian organization in Uyo, took selfless service to another level with a visit to Eket Correctional Center in view of reviving hope of inmates as they have not been forgotten in the society. As monitored by Memories TV reporter Mary Akman, the president of the foundation, Ituro Etam, alongside the chairman of the 2024 Convention Planning Committee, Dr. Promise Etam, while speaking in an exclusive interview, said for the essence of love for humanity, their priority is about giving back to the society. The Deputy Controller of Corrections Media Security Custodial Center, Eket Boniface Mamo, appreciated the gestures of the humanitarian organization and also stated that the confinement of people in correctional centers is to secure the environment, keep a check on their wrongdoings as perceived by the society, and transform them to rehabilitate and integrate them into the larger society. Meanwhile, the Public Relations Officer ABCF, Honorable George Akman, who appreciated the government for striving for a crime-free society, stated that the foundation has also been reaching out to people in other areas of the society. The courtesy session also featured a church service segment with members of the foundation encouraging the inmates to be hopeful for a brighter tomorrow. Moving on to the national scene, the federal government has announced that the guidelines for the suspension of custom duties and taxes on imported food items are to commence soon. Speaking at a meeting of heads of security agencies in Abuja, the Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adeniyi, said the implementation of the policy would commence once the guidelines are ready. Adeniyi explained that the delay experienced in the implementation of the policy was to ensure that the interests of the stakeholders, including farmers, were considered. He urged Nigerians to be patient, adding that some of the imported items already in the country would be cleared without duty and taxes. Still on the national scene, the Federal Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, says the introduction of the controversial windfall tax in the banking industry is aimed at redistributing unearned income. Edun said the levy was not peculiar to Nigeria alone and also explained that it's done everywhere else in the world, especially in the energy and banking sector. The minister, who gave the clarification in an exclusive interview, also clarified that the recent decision to raise the maximum borrowing percentage in Ways and Means from 5 to 10% does not imply that the federal government tends to rely on financing from the Central Bank of Nigeria. He said the government had rather used market instruments to manage its debt. You're still on to News Point on Memories TV. We bring you more reports after the short break. Stay with us. Welcome back, and now to the rest of the news. And moving on to the foreign scene, the United States has said it would provide nearly $414 million in humanitarian assistance for the Democratic Republic of Congo, where more than 25 million people need such aid. U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Agency for Food and Agriculture, Jeffrey Prescott, said a significant amount of the money would go to the United Nations agencies and groups providing urgent food assistance, healthcare, and nutrition support, shelter, water, sanitation, and hygiene. Prescott, who will formally announce the aid in Kinshasa, says the funding also includes direct support for agricultural commodities from American farmers, adding that it takes the total of U.S. funding for DRC since last October to $838 million. A United Nations aid appeal for $2.6 billion for DRC this year is only 1/3 funded, and the World Health Organization warned last month that more than 1 million children are at risk from acute malnutrition in Congo. And moving on to the United Kingdom, police are preparing for more possible riots across England with nearly 6,000 officers mobilized amidst reports of at least 30 protests planned for the week. Prime Minister Keir Starmer has promised communities that they will be kept safe and rioters will be dealt with swiftly. Disorder erupted in cities across the country last week after the fatal stabbing of 3 girls in Southport, with unrest fueled by misinformation online that the suspect was an asylum seeker. More people are due in court later after the first person was jailed over the clashes. And moving on to the interesting world of sport, Nigeria's flag bearer at the Paris 2024 Olympics, Tobi Amusan, has begun her quest for a podium finish in the 100 meters women's hurdle event by winning her heat in a time of 12.49 seconds and qualifying for the semi-finals. Amusan, who is currently the world record holder, led the pack to the 8 athletes with 12.49 seconds, followed by America's Alicia Johnson with 12.61 and Jamaica's Janik Brown qualified with 12.84 seconds in Heat 1. The time means Amusan finished as the second overall fastest qualifier behind defending Olympic champion Puerto Rico Jasmine Camacho Quinn. And that's it on News Point and Memories TV. But before we go, let's take a recap of the top stories. You heard that President Bola Tinubu has appealed to Nigerians to be patient with his administration, assuring the country is about to enter a new dawn. You also heard that Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has felicitated an indigene of the state, Inyang Essien Anietum, on her elevation to the position of Deputy Controller General of Immigration Service. We also told you that as part of its 2024 activities, August Born Care Foundation, APCF, a humanitarian organization in Uyo, took its selfless services to another level with a visit to Eket Correctional Center in view of reviving hope of inmates that they have not been forgotten in the society. On the foreign scene, we told you that the United Nations has said it would provide nearly $414 million in humanitarian assistance for the Democratic Republic of Congo, where more than 25 million people need such aid. And in the world of sports, you heard that Nigeria's flag bearer at the Paris 2024 Olympics, Tobi Amuson, began her quest for a podium finish in the 100 meters women's hurdle event by winning her heat in a time of 12.49 seconds and qualifying for the semi-finals. And that's the size of a news package for you today. For views regarding our news or coverage of your newsworthy event, you can reach us on email newsroom@memoriesmediang.com, or you can also call the numbers displayed on the screen. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Memories965FM. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mfon Ekat. Do have a great time.